Alright folks, so to pick up on the previous video of my silent retreat, right? So I've got a list of videos here, I wrote it in the silent retreat. We've got video number 2, and I'm gonna call it Technology is Destroying Your Life, okay? And I'm gonna have a pretty lengthy discussion here with you guys. I wrote it in the first few days in my journal, and I was reflecting on technology. And if we take a look at technology in and of itself, let me just get this closer, get more comfortable. All right, if we take a look at technology in and of itself, all right, like a phone. Right now, I'm speaking to you through a phone. Yeah, it's a phone. I'm recording, and I'll be uploading it, and you'll be watching it on your technological device. Technology in and of itself has a neutral intent, a neutral existence, meaning, hey, look, you are watching a video here, and my videos, generally speaking, are uplifting and they spread more, let's say, wisdom, truth. So this neutral device, this neutral existing thing, in that particular case, has a benevolent intent. Like, I can tell you I love you, and that's a benevolent intent being transmitted through, and I love you, through a neutral device, a neutral thing. Then you've got, things like, some of the mainstream stuff, the music and all, and it has a malevolent intent, meaning it's designed to take away your power from you, to brainwash you in a way that you end up harming yourself, etc. So it's neutral, and then different beings are using it for different purposes and different intents, right? So let's agree that it's neutral. Let's agree that it's not good or evil, but it can be used for good and it can be used for evil. Now, that being said, the particular people who are largely responsible for the proliferation and the spreading of technology worldwide have put in their evil intent into the technology, and they've designed it in such a way that serves evil. You see where the problem here is? Like, you could drink water. Water is a memory holder. And if somebody prayed over that water, it's gonna go amazing in your body. And if somebody has put in their evil, nasty intent into it, that water is not gonna be good for you. In the same way, like, this phone that I'm speaking to you through, and this technology and everything, it's kind of an evil intent, because the people who are spreading it for the purpose of evil. They want to merge humans with AI. All right, that's one of the agenda of the powers that were, arguably be or were, but one of the agenda is the merging of humans with AI. All right, so in order to do that, you need AI everywhere. So if you want to see the effect of this neutral technology, take a look around you and see how everybody's plugged into the technology, right? That you're already being merged with technology. And I realized that part of the reason why I wanted to do the 4-day silent retreat is because I realized I'm becoming plugged into my technology, primarily through crypto, but I've literally, everywhere I go now, I have my technology. I go take a shit and I have my technology with me, and I'm looking at something. I go to juice, orange juice, right? And I have a video playing in the background, right? I can't be just still. I can't just do things without my technology, right? And I realized that in the retreat. I'm like, whoa, Slade, you lost your ways. So because the intent of the technology is to merge humans with AI, the way they design it, the way the layout of everything is in technology, the way you scroll through your phone, everything about it is designed to merge you with AI. It's designed to make you dependent on AI. You see, so people go crazy without their phones now. You imagine going down your phone for. I was kind of going crazy the first 2 days, because the crypto market was taking a dip too, and I'm like, what's gonna happen, right? I knew it was gonna go back up, but I want to know how low it's gonna go, right? And I realized, I'm like, whoa, like, People go crazy without their technology, and they're already merging human with AI that way. So you have to realize something. This is a weapon of the enemy, and the best thing we could do is to use it against him, because it is possible, but we have to be careful with it also, because the weapon is designed against you. Sometimes you can use the weapon of the enemy against him, sometimes you can't. So food, for example, buying food from the supermarket, like I don't know, anything really, like a chicken or eggs or it's all that vegan junk, is designed against you, and you can't use it against the enemy. It's inherently damaging. It's inherently destructive to you. It's inherently toxic. Whereas the technology is neutral, but it has the evil intent in it. So with technology, we can use it against the enemy by putting out information, by putting out truth, by raising awareness. But we got to be careful with it also, because it's designed to merge humans with AI. But because it's a neutral thing, it can still be used against the enemy. Food can't. Food can't. Food is inherently toxic to you. You can't use it against the enemy. It's inherently toxic. It's inherently evil, let's say. Evil is, if you look at the word evil, it's the opposite of death, of life, sorry. It's spelled backwards. Yeah, life, evil, okay? So evil, it wants death and destruction and control and manipulation. So the technology is neutral, but it has an evil intent, so you have to be careful with it, but you could use it against the enemy. But you have to really be careful with it. And that's why now I am disciplining myself. I'm not successful every night or every day, but I'm disciplining myself, especially that I'm doing these 3-day semi-silent retreats every weekend, to not use technology or not use my phone between sunset to noon. At least my phone, right? Because sometimes I'll watch something on the iPad, something like interesting, with Miranda late in the evening. So, but my phone, I'm trying to put it away, just get out of here, no, from, sunset to noon. And then when I'm turning on the internet and when I'm using my phone like I am now, I want to use it to learn, to educate myself and educate others. Okay? We can do that with technology. We have to be careful with it. It does require, I think it requires all of us some time without it, like a silent retreat, for you to realize these things and for you to incorporate it in a healthy way into your life. Okay? The battle that's going on right now, the battle of good and evil, is the battle of organic versus inorganic life. This is inorganic life. They want to merge humans with AI. They want to make everything. They're always trying to suck. Evil is the opposite of life. They're always trying to take life away. So by taking you away from the organic matrix, your connection, because you're always looking at your phone. And there's another thing I didn't even talk about, like the radiations that are coming from these phones, right? That's evil. Okay, when you turn on your Wi-Fi, that's evil. I heard there's ways, unharmful ways, but that's not the Wi-Fi that's being used. That's not the radiations that are being used. So you see, although like the phone right now it's a neutral thing, but it's got all these evil things going on, intent in it. So when you turn on your Wi-Fi and it's like hitting your third eye, man, it's terrible, terrible, terrible. So you gotta be careful with it. Okay. And then you got all these radiations hitting you, and you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with the way you use it. Very intentional with the way you use these things. All right, turn off your Wi-Fi while you can. When you sleep in a room, just keep all the Wi-Fi and go on flight mode on everything. Preferably put your phone somewhere else. You realize that when I went in the sunshine, I'm like, whoa, like even somebody like me who's, more aware than your average person, let's say. Not a genius, but I'm just like, there's more awareness, let's say. Even they like almost got me, like merging me with AI. All right, I was spending so much time on crypto, man. It's ridiculous. I mean, I can't even fathom how I was doing that. And I'm not doing that anymore now. I'm just not. I refuse to be merged with AI, and I refuse to have my connection with this beautiful organic matrix cut off. And I am now much more attentive to the surroundings, my surroundings, to the sounds, and then I could just be and just enjoy this beautiful organic matrix. It's so nice to just be in this organic matrix. And so the war is going on here is the organic versus the inorganic matrix. And they're doing everything they can to strip away organic life That's why they want everybody living in cities. That's why they build cities everywhere. They make it like, the poor peasants have moved into cities and becoming civilized. Good for them. Even they plant this in mainstream culture. Like it's a good thing. It's progress. We're progressing by building cities, by becoming more industrious, by living in cities, by living in these places. Yes, I mean, it's boring to live in a little town. You gotta come to the city. It's exciting, it's lively, it's convenient. You can go to the supermarket and get everything you can possibly want to satisfy your taste buds and lights, artificial lights everywhere. Oh, artificial lights. Oh my god, that's like evil. See, technology being used as evil. So the problem isn't the technology itself is neutral. The problem here is that it has evil intent. It's programmed with evil programmers. And until we have, benevolent people in prominent positions of influence, so they can program their positive intent into the technology, it will remain more evil than good right now. Okay, now by, for instance, making these videos, making beautiful music, things like that, you're already programming this AI thing to serve humanity rather than destroy humanity. Okay, we can either now serve humanity or we can destroy humanity with this technology. The people that brought this technology here are bringing it with evil intent. Okay, but we have enough light workers and enough benevolent people here to start programming this AI in a positive, with the benevolent intent, so that it can be used for that and it can serve humanity. And ultimately, in the more enlightened humanity becomes, the less of this technology we need, because every single external technology is mirrored after the internal technology. So phone is telepathy, camera is memory, and if you're really like lit here, your third eye is open and your brain is lit and your mind's lit, you have all of us have photographic memory. We never ever really need anything, no camera, nothing. Okay, we can communicate through telepathy. I'm talking about like an ideal state here. None of us is in that state, but an ideal state. Okay, so we serve humanity right now until we no longer need to. Crypto is positive, and crypto is a positive thing. It's for the people. But the next step would be for us to not need currency, because we don't need anything. Because we live in a state of self-sufficiency. Energetically, we don't need to eat. We don't really need anything. We don't need anything. I mean, a human in their enlightened full potential, oh man, you can talk to people, telepathy, you have photographic memory, you can teleport, so you don't even really need a car or anything anymore, or plane. You just teleport. Yeah, you do everything pretty much. You don't need lights, artificial lights, because you can see through the night. You have enough vision to see through the night. I mean, humans are really powerful. You see, so every single external technology to us is mirrored out of an internal. But to be grounded in the way things are right now, we're just simply not ready to go to those levels yet. So technology is out here. Let's program it with benevolent intent. The most important thing right now is for people to wake up. So spreading of truth, spreading of awareness. Once people become aware and they work on themselves, and we get the planet and the humanity and to a certain level of evolution, naturally you won't use the technology anymore. Okay? And then we don't need it anymore, right? And that's how things are in the cycles when you're in the Satyuga, when the age of truth, the age of enlightenment. Things are like that. There's no need for technology, because why? It's so stupid. It's kind of stupid actually to have technology when you can just teleport. Why the hell would you need a vehicle, any vehicle to travel, whether it's an airplane? Why would you need that if you can teleport? Just teleport. Just put instant transmission, right? Just go like this and instant transmission. All right. Shout out to my man Goku. So, yeah. Be careful, guys. Be careful. Be careful. If you feel like I felt like I was just becoming a slave to technology, and that pushed me into the witness retreat, into the 4-day silent retreat, and that's what now is to maintain this. It's hard to maintain this. You come back into the old habits. To maintain this now, I do those 3 days every weekend, from Friday afternoon to Monday afternoon, where it's semi-silent. I'm allowed to use my phone from now, noon, until sunset. Then I just put it away. And yeah, doing my best to maintain this. And I'll tell you, it's just life is so much better that way. I have more time, more attention, and awareness to this beautiful organic matrix, man. You know, listening to the sounds of crickets at night. Oh my God. Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. So beautiful. Listening to the sun and rivers, laying around in the sun. You know, birds. Yeah, it's really beautiful. And their agenda is to completely disconnect every single human, if they can, from the organic matrix and merge them with AI, the inorganic life. They want everybody to be in organic. They told us they're supposed to tell you the truth. They tell it to you in the movies. That's what the movie The Matrix is about. Watch The Matrix. Okay? Alright, so thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you to all the generous people for your support and donation via Patreon, via PayPal, to one-time donations. If you want to give us, shoot us a little bit of, you know, a donation, we really appreciate it. Down below is the links for Patreon or one-time donations on PayPal. I also do consultations if you want to book a call. Like, let's say you want to donate, but then you're like, you know what, I might as well have a call with Saeed, so you can maybe book a call instead, right? Just a talk, I mean, you know. So I have the links in the description. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.